Hey everybody, I'm going to put together a beef and potato casserole. It's a southern recipe that is just good, hearty food. I had some ground beef and all the ingredients I needed to make it. So come along with me. Basically, you'll need, um, this recipe I cut in half, but I used half a pound of ground beef, half of an onion, and half a can of cream of mushroom soup, which had roasted garlic in it, and half a can of Lux pinto beans that were pork flavored. Then I grated some cheddar cheese, and it was about a quarter of a pound, but I didn't use the whole quarter of a pound. It was just seemed like a lot of cheese, and then some Weber's ground beef seasoning. So come along. So you can see here I am browning the ground beef and added the onion to that, and I'm just browning it enough to get the onions to be translucent. I'm adding the Weber gourmet burger seasoning there. It was about a tablespoon. The ground beef did not cook off a whole lot of oil, and I'm not sure what the percentage of it was, whether it was 80-20 or not. But there really wasn't much grease to drain off, and I'm just giving it a stir just long enough to let the flavors blend, get the meat browned. I'm going to add a tablespoon of flour to that mixture. I'm also adding about a quarter cup of milk. I only add half and half, which makes it a little bit richer, but if you have milk, use milk. And just give it a stir, let it all blend together, get it nice and heated through, and it's just delicious. You can taste it to see if you need to add more. I added salt and pepper. And then here, I'm just letting it cook down a little bit. I'm going to be adding some Campbell's cream of mushroom soup. It does have some roasted garlic in it. You can use plain if you want to. That's perfectly fine. I did cut this recipe in half. So let me just say, half a pound of ground beef, half a can of this soup, half an onion. Of course, I'm not doing a 9 by 13 pan. I'm just using a little 8 by 8 pan. So you just add your soup. Again, just give a little stir. Let it cook down. I'm adding half a can of pinto beans to that mixture as well. And you don't drain it. You can add some of the juice that's in the can. And just let it all cook down on the stove top for just a little bit, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. You want to preheat your oven to 375 while you're mixing this all together. And then you want to assemble your little casserole dish. Make sure your dish is buttered. I've got some diced up potatoes. I'm going to put that on the bottom. It's one potato. Half of it goes on the bottom of the casserole dish. And then I'm going to add half of this ground beef mixture on top of the potatoes. And just sort of spread it out evenly as best that you can. I mean, it's not any kind of recipe. I mean, there's so many variations to this recipe. There's no really way you can mess it up, although I would be careful with how much of the milk you put in. I wouldn't put more than a quarter cup for this recipe. That is quarter pound of grated cheese, and that was way too much, I felt like. And I like cheese. But anyway, you're just layering some cheese. Then you're going to put the rest of your potatoes on top of that. You're going to just repeat the same process. I lost a potato in the oven there. And just remember, because the potatoes, it can take some seasoning. It can take salt, so don't be afraid of that seasoning. So I'm just putting the rest of the hamburger mixture on top of that and just spread it out again nice and evenly. And then you're going to top it with the rest of the cheese. Although like I said, I did not do that. I felt like it was a bit too much cheese. And what you're going to do is pop it into the oven that is preheated to 375 for about 30 minutes. You want the cheese on top to be brown, and you want the liquid in the dish to be bubbling when it comes out. And serve it with sour cream and some spring onions. There you have it, a great hearty meal.